David Gilmour, the sonic architect of Pink Floyd. Full name, David John Gilmour. Born March 6, 1946, Cambridge, England. Genres: progressive rock, psychedelic rock, blues rock. Notable roles: guitarist, co-lead vocalist, and composer of Pink Floyd. David Gilmour was born into an academic family. His father, Douglas, was a senior lecturer in zoology at the University of Cambridge, and his mother, Sylvia, was a film editor and teacher. Raised in a culturally rich environment, David developed an early passion for music. In his teens, he taught himself to play the guitar using a book and a borrowed instrument. Inspired by blues legends like B.B. King and rock acts like the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix, he began performing with local bands around Cambridge. One of those early groups was Joker's Wild. In 1968, David Gilmour was invited to join Pink Floyd, initially to support Syd Barrett, who was facing mental health challenges. Soon after, Barrett left the band, and Gilmour took over as lead guitarist and co-vocalist, an evolution that reshaped the band's future. Gilmour's soulful guitar playing and smooth, emotive vocals became central to Pink Floyd's identity. His signature tone, created through a combination of precision, bluesy bends, delay effects, and phrasing, became one of the most recognizable in rock history. The Pink Floyd years: innovation and immortality. With Gilmour as a driving creative force, Pink Floyd released some of the most important and influential albums in rock history. The Dark Side of the Moon, 1973, a sonic masterpiece exploring themes of time, death, and madness. Gilmour's solo on Time remains legendary. Wish You Were Here, 1975, a tribute to Syd Barrett and a critique of the music industry. Animals, 1977. The Wall, 1979, though more Roger Waters-driven, Gilmour's soaring solo on Comfortably Numb is considered one of the greatest guitar solos of all time. The Division Bell, 1994, Gilmour led this later-era album after Waters' departure, exploring communication and human disconnection. Gilmour also became the band's de facto leader after Roger Waters left in the 1980s, maintaining the Pink Floyd legacy into a new generation. Solo career: with David Gilmour also carved out a respected solo career, allowing his personal artistry to flourish. Notable solo albums include David Gilmour, 1978, a modest, bluesy debut. About Face, 1984, more experimental and politically reflective. On an Island, 2006, a lush, introspective album released on his 60th birthday, met with critical acclaim. Rattle That Lock, 2015, inspired partly by Dante's Paradiso, it showcases his maturity as a composer and musician. Gilmour was first married to model Virginia Ginger Hazenbein, with whom he had 4 children. In 1994, he married novelist and journalist Polly Sampson, who became a close creative partner, contributing lyrics to many of his solo works in Pink Floyd's The Division Bell. They have 4 children together. Known for his humility and quiet intelligence, Gilmour is not a typical rock star. He enjoys flying, reading, and gardening, and he's lived a relatively private life compared to many of his peers. David Gilmour is a committed philanthropist. He has donated millions from guitar auctions and concert revenues to causes such as homeless charities, environmental organizations, human rights groups. In 2019, he auctioned off over 120 of his guitars, including his iconic black Strat, raising $21 million for climate change charities, one of the largest musical instrument auctions in history. Gilmour's playing has influenced countless guitarists around the globe. Known for his emotional phrasing over speed, his tone is often imitated but never duplicated. His contributions earned him and Pink Floyd inductions into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, multiple Grammy nominations, global recognition as pioneers of progressive rock. Now in his late 70s, David Gilmour in 2025 lives a quieter life, focused on family, writing, and occasional musical projects. Though he rarely tours, he continues to collaborate and experiment, preserving the soul of progressive rock. Whether standing beneath the spotlights or resting quietly by the sea, David Gilmour remains the heart and soul of melodic storytelling through guitar, a true craftsman of sound, time, and feeling.